I myself am a hoarder, which I've now decided to gentrify that and become an archive.
One of the many things that's fantastic about Jazzie B is that he seems to be instinctively an archivist. He has hoarded and collected this incredible body of materials and artifacts that tell this important moment in the lives of millions of people. Popular culture is history.
I think what's interesting for me, like looking at old photos, I've not done it before. Everything, like, to me is new, so I think everyone else is having a slightly different experience than I am. And it's just like looking at that old bit of gear, and what's going on with me is like, why didn't I do this? Or what did I buy that rubbish for?
At tonight's Solstice event here that Creative Manchester is running with our partners at Jodrell Bank, one of our colleagues, the historian, Professor David Olusoga, is going to be talking to Jazzie B. We had this opportunity a year ago to look at his archive alongside the really, really great archives of the university. So we have this amazing resource for different kinds of archival activity, but then we're engaging all of a sudden with very different new archives and new communities. And Jazzie B is going to be talking tonight a little bit about his vault.
From our kind of conversations with Jazzie and our thinking about how University of Manchester researchers can work with external partners, be filmmakers, artists, people from industry, different kinds of creative people, to think through the kind of particular history that Jazzie's archive opened up immediately. So histories of Black British creative entrepreneurship that are underrepresented when we think about actually the contributions of everybody to kind of what we understand to be popular culture today.
The event today is a conference called Neither Factory Nor Manchester. Some of the kind of unknown or untold or lesser known stories in Manchester. The nice thing is that I'm meeting people who are researching, and I think will find the archives useful. The British Pop Archive is a national project based in Manchester that collects pop culture, youth culture and counterculture materials. Anybody can access it. It's not just for academics and researchers. We're very much interested in behind the scenes materials, things that allow people to see the kind of inner workings of popular culture.
I think this project does a couple of things. First of all, it recognises Jazzie B for what he is, one of this country's great entrepreneurs and great creatives, and I'm really pleased to see that recognition. But in a more selfish way, as somebody who grew up in that period, it values and places cultural value on the artefacts and the objects and the music and the instruments and the ephemera that Jazzie has collected over all of these years.
I've been involved in what I'd like to define as Black British music. From its very early stages, along came an ideology that we didn't want to just keep mimicking everybody else. We wanted our own, you know. I was more inclusive than exclusive because I believed that whole melting pot was very much a part of what I existed as and what was responsible, allowing me to really perfect my craft. Hence, a happy face, a thumping bass for a loving race was part of the motto growing up.